All right, let's get right into it. For years, pretty much the entire events industry has bet the farm on the mobile app. But what if that whole strategy, that huge investment of time and money, is built on an idea that's, well, just plain wrong? We're going to break down exactly why it's flawed and take a look at what's coming next. You know the drill, right? You're all hyped for a festival or a conference, and the very first thing they want you to do is clog up your phone with another app that you're just going to delete the second you get home. That little moment of annoyance, it feels small, but it's actually the tip of a giant industry-wide iceberg. And that right there leads us straight into what we're calling the app paradox. It's this massive disconnect between what the industry thinks it needs to provide and what attendees are actually willing to put up with. I mean, this is where the gap just becomes so obvious. A staggering 91% of organizers are convinced that apps are absolutely critical. But on the flip side, we all know the reality. The user experience is a minefield of friction. You've got the download, the login, the clunky interface, you name it. So yeah, everyone agrees digital is essential, but the way we're delivering it, it's just plain broken. Let's really dig into that friction, because it's like a three-headed monster. First up, you've got app fatigue. I mean, who isn't tired of downloading an app for something you're only doing for a day or two? Then there are the technical glitches. The app crashes, it's confusing to navigate, a total nightmare. And finally, you have these really practical walls. Like some of your best attendees might just not have any more space on their phones, or they just flat out refuse. So here's the bottom line, and this is really the key takeaway. It's not about making the app better. It's not about adding more bells and whistles. The problem is the app. The whole idea of forcing people to download something is, and I'm quoting here, fundamentally flawed. The very foundation is cracked. And a cracked foundation leads to a huge problem. We're talking about something way bigger than just annoying your attendees. This is about a real expensive risk. We're calling it the 20% liability gap. Okay, so think about this. For so long, the industry has been patting itself on the back for an 80% app adoption rate. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, let's flip that around. What that really means is you have a 20% failure rate. And that 20%, that's not a small mess. That is a massive gaping hole in your entire operation. Let's put some real numbers to that, so it's not just an abstract percentage. Imagine a big festival, 50,000 people. That 20% failure rate means 10,000 attendees are completely off the grid. No schedules, no maps, and this is the scary part, no emergency alerts. We're talking about the population of a small town just digitally invisible. And this group of appless people creates a total nightmare, really a crisis on two fronts. On one hand, you've got this huge safety and legal liability. These are the people who will have no idea there's a lightning storm coming. On the other hand, it's an operational meltdown. They're the ones swarming your staff asking, "Where's the bathroom?" 1,000 times, which just grinds everything to a halt and costs a ton of money. Okay, so if the app is the problem, what's the fix? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. It's what we call the no friction answer, a way to actually reach everyone, all 100% of your audience, without forcing them to jump through a single hoop. The tech at the heart of this is called Agentic AI, and we've got to be super clear here. This is not your average chatbot, the kind that can only answer, "What time do you close?" No. An AI agent can actually do things. It can execute tasks for you. It can book that demo. It can handle your VIP upgrade. It can check if a room is full right now. It's an agent of action. So how do you get this super smart agent into everyone's hands? Well, you use the one thing that's already plastered everywhere at any event, the humble QR code. It's on your ticket, your wristband, that sign over there, everywhere. This whole system, QRAI, means no app is required. You just point your phone's camera and bam, you're having an intelligent conversation. The barrier to entry is literally zero. All right, so what's this actually like for someone at the event? Well, it's ridiculously simple. And honestly, that's the whole point. It could not be easier. It's just 3 steps. You scan the code, you ask your question, you can type it or just say it, and you get your answer. That's it. Scan, talk, done. From the phone in your pocket to the answer you need in like 3 seconds flat. The whole journey is over before you'd even found an app on your home screen. But the real magic isn't just getting an answer. It's the kind of answer you get. See, any old chatbot can tell you the keynote is in Hall B. Fine. But this agent is different. It's plugged into the event's live data, so you can ask it, "Is the 2 p.m. keynote room full right now?" It's the difference between looking at a paper map versus using live traffic data. One is static, the other is intelligent. Okay, so a smooth experience for attendees is fantastic, right? But what's in it for the business? What's the ROI? Well, this is where we see what's being called a triple ROI. It delivers real tangible value to 3 different leaders at any event. Think of this like a cheat sheet. For the ops team, it's all about efficiency. For the attendee experience lead, it's about making people happy. And for the revenue folks, it's about finding new ways to make money. Let's just touch on each one real quick. First up, for the head of operations, you know that human signpost problem where your highly trained staff spend all day just pointing people to the bathroom. This agent becomes an instant concierge. It handles like 90% of those repetitive questions, freeing up your actual people to deal with the stuff that really matters. Next, for the person in charge of attendee experience, this is all about instant gratification. No friction, no waiting, just help right now. But here's the really cool part. The data you get back basically turns into a real-time satisfaction monitor. You can literally see if people are getting frustrated and fix the problem on the spot instead of finding out in a survey a week after everyone's gone home. And finally, for the person worried about the bottom line, the head of revenue, this is an absolute game changer. You can actually sell a new product, an Exhibitor-in-a-Box. It's a personal AI agent for every single exhibitor. And it doesn't just answer questions about their product. It can actually book sales meetings for them right then and there. This tackles that huge problem where like 80% of trade show leads never get followed up on. So when you look at the whole event tech landscape, where does this fit? Well, the idea here isn't to just be one more tool in the toolbox. The goal is to completely rewrite the rulebook for how we engage at events. And this chart really tells the whole story. You can see QR.AI stacked up against everything else. The event apps, the website bots, even those big hardware kiosks. And when you look at the things that actually matter to a user, how much friction is there? What triggers it? How fast is it? It's not even a fair fight. Everything else relies on painful downloads or digging through menus or finding a physical thing. This just works instantly. So let's end by bringing it all back to this one big question. You've probably poured a ton of money into your digital strategy, and that app is probably what you consider your crown jewel, your biggest asset. But if that very asset is completely failing to reach 1/5 of your audience, and not just any audience, but the ones who create the most cost and the most risk, then you have to ask yourself, is it really an asset at all, or has it secretly become your biggest liability? Ready to take your conversations to the next level? Try Speak with AI today. Get full access for 14 days. No commitments, no credit card required. Visit Speak with AI and start your free trial now.